Texas State's president, Dr. Kelly Damphus, is meeting regularly with students to discuss any topics they have on their mind. Bobcat Update's William Daniels reports on what was discussed at a recent gathering.
The meetings are called Kindle with K-Dam, at which President Damphus talks with students.
I think it's really important for me to have an opportunity to talk with students, and also faculty and staff. So we have two kind of lines of communication going on. One that's Coffee with Kelly, that's faculty and staff, and also the Kindle with K-Damp is meant for students to be able to have a chance to talk with me. I want to have a more in-depth experience and have students know that they have an opportunity to talk to me and share with me their concerns, but also learn more about how the university works.
The event left a positive impression on both faculty and students.
It shows that they care. It shows that not only the president, but the university itself is worried about our problems, our issues, the ones we have in everyday life as workers and students around here. That helps us to connect and actually have a voice in how things are going.
Even just a lowly assistant professor like myself, we have already quite a lot, say, lower within the pyramid than K-Damp. So the fact that K-Damp, Mr. Damphus, is able to interact with everyone on every different level, I think that's important as well.
We're going to start breaking down some barriers here. I think students are a little bit nervous about, I don't know if I want to go spend an hour with the president. It seems kind of weird. But I think they'll start hearing about the experiences that their fellow students had, and that they'll actually think that's a great opportunity. So I think we'll do more and more of these over time.
With Kindle with K-Dams, there's now a time and a place for important questions and topics that students have to be heard. For Bobcat Update, I'm William Daniels.
Texas State University attracts students from all around the world, and because they are so far from home, they sometimes face challenges and need support. Bobcat Update's William Daniels recently attended an event that connected international students to the resources they need.
The event was called Navigating Texas State as an International Student. It was held at the Undergraduate Academic Center.
My purpose was to help point out, help highlight the resources and services that helped me succeed in my college journey here, and to spread the word to the new students and also see them succeed in their journey.
With international students being far from home, they depend on the university to help them feel more at home. And the university benefits from having a more diverse student body.
The international office and the people associated with that, they give you a number of platforms to help you out and take you along the way with them.
Big main factor is that, being far away from home. I'm from Canada, so it's like I don't get to go back home as much as I can, but luckily I'm a student athlete and I'm part of the football team, and it feels like home, away from home.
International students that are seeking assistance should visit Thornton International House located on campus, or visit the International Student and Scholar Services page online. For Bobcat Update, I'm William Daniels.
Texas State is 6 weeks into the semester, and classes are really taking off. Many students try to stay organized as they balance school and work, and it's important that they take care of their daily needs. Bobcat Update's William Daniels has the story.
There are essentials that every student should consider having.
Some essentials that I bring to class are my AirPods every day. I gotta have music just to keep me going, keep me in a good mood. The planner, because we gotta write down everything in college.
But I always keep my pencils, a Sharpie, and a highlighter. Those are my three. And also a pen. Those are my four main utensils that I use to write. And then I always keep a notebook for each subject.
Music and writing utensils are important to have for class, but students also must take into consideration the hot Texas weather.
Right here, it's right now it's September, so it's real hot out, so I always keep a water bottle on me. And I'll probably have one for throughout the whole year.
I tend to bring a couple of snacks just in case I get a little hungry. A lot of walking here, campus is huge, outside,
Some students also make a point to bring food and water to stay hydrated and motivated. For Bobcat Update, I'm William Daniels.
Knowing how to perform CPR is an important skill, and recently Texas State hosted a class that leads to CPR certification. Bobcat Update's William Daniels says attendees also learned how to administer first aid.
Texas State's Campus Recreation Division hosted a class to train participants in how to save lives. CPR, first aid, and how to use a defibrillator were covered in the session. Having this knowledge may be vital when emergencies occur.
I would say everyone should try to get CPR certified. It's honestly a pretty easy process nowadays, and you just never know when something's going to happen to somebody. You could be anywhere and someone could go into cardiac arrest or could just have syncope and faint, and you might be the only person there who's able to save that person's life.
So the first time I was CPR certified, I was in Boy Scouts when I was in high school. We did it as part of a merit badge, and then I just kept the certification because I never knew when I was going to need it or if something ever came about.
The event held at the Student Rec Center provided hands-on training how to respond to cardiac emergencies.
I've had to actually do CPR on somebody twice, 2 different people at 2 different times. And one of them was just out of the blue, a guy who was out running, something he did every day, and went into cardiac arrest. And when they come back, and they're just super grateful that somebody was there to help them.
You never know when you're going to be at the store or just generally out in public. And me dealing with athletes, even though they're peak athletic performance, it's definitely something that we always need to be on our toes and be prepared to do. Look for online resources, just Google it. It's super easy, and there's plenty of people that are willing to help. And I think just being in the know and knowing what to do if you ever get in a situation, whether you're actually putting your hands on someone, I think could really be the benefit of saving a life.
Training sessions like this one are held periodically on campus. Teaching these kind of skills may someday save a life. For Bobcat Update, I'm William Daniels. The aquarium is a new addition to downtown San Marcos. The bar features a variety of beverages, including one called Mainlining the Fish Bowl. It's the bar's signature drink and comes in a variety of sizes. Partnered with the restaurant Santi's, the aquarium has a menu of food choices. Street tacos are a favorite. An in-house aquarium helps the place live up to its name. The aquarium is located on South Guadalupe Street. It usually opens at 3 in the afternoon.
Alright, let's do it.
I'll do whatever you do.
Alright.
Will we get copyrighted if it's cover?
That was awesome. Nice. Yeah, I got that.
That's a good one. Fuck all those other things.
Yeah, sure, I'll use that one.
Music for me is a way of coping. It's something you use during the good times or the bad times. Life is in black and white, and music is a color.
It's medicine. It's soul juice.
Soul juice.
It's how you take your inner, most primal emotions and feelings, and you materialize it into something that somebody can listen to or look at and absorb, so they can maybe understand. It's the same thing as all forms of art.
Our first gig was at Imagine Books and Records. I think it was, what, 3 years ago, something like that?
4?
4?
I was 16, I'm 20 now.
Fuck. Shit. It was pretty cool. It was I think we were just a three-piece. It was just me, Logan Shepard, and our ex-bassist Corey Kim, Rip. And yeah, I think it went pretty smooth. I remember Logan being really nervous.
Yeah.
But I think we all were nervous. It was our first real gig as Elysium at the time. That's what we were called.
I wasn't nervous. I kicked ass.
Yeah. What he said. Playing your songs in front of people that you personally think are okay, and then screaming, yelling, and coming to you after the show saying, "Hey man, that was a badass set," or "I love that song," blah blah blah. It's really an ego booster. It makes you feel good. It makes you feel like we're doing something right. It's badass.
It gives you the confidence. It gives you the fuel to find motivation to take your music to the next step. You know, if you can expose yourself to a crowd on top of the stage, all eyes are on you, and you see that people actually like it. It is a whole different type of redeeming. You know, high too. You can call it that. Fucking adrenaline high. I'll tell you that.
What are the hopes and ambitions for this Broken China band?
A hope of mine is to keep playing, keep doing shows, keep releasing good songs, and hopefully people still like our shit.
The ambitions, I want to be world famous. That's it.
That's it.
No, in actuality, it's just, you know, be acknowledged for our talent, or my talent. I can't speak for Johnny, but I want to be...
I am the talent.
Yeah.
Go on. Sorry.
I want to be acknowledged for my talent and the work I put into this, because it's, you know, music is my life and that won't change. So it's just nice to know that people see you for that talent.
I see you.
All right.
Reusable glass. This is from the pasta sauce. Creamy basil Alfredo. And just like that, you'll never have to have another water bottle again. Just gonna carry this around. This glass jar. Spill proof. My first gig, I would say my first official gig, was here in San Marcos at Zelix, and I played a couple songs. I got to play one of my original songs, so that was you know, playing it confidently and comfortably was probably one thing that I strive for, and yeah, I just had a great time. Since that performance, I haven't had another live performance that was officially set up, but I have done a thing called busking. You know, it's when you set up the guitar case, pop it open, people will walk by like, yeah, your stuff sounds great, here's $1. And yeah, I've just been doing that, jamming out with my heart and just giving it my all. Yeah, with my buddy, Ryan O'Connor. That little duo thing, we call it Sweet Sugar.
What is your solo career?
Right now, my solo career is limited to YouTube videos and YouTube covers of songs made by bands that I like, and eventually it will get into my own songwriting. But ultimately, it's kind of just for fun and practice, and also, you know, whatever extra exposure I can pick up with it. Although I might be delving more into YouTube down the road. Whenever I do start writing music, it'll be all me, just like the covers, and then I'll maintain my roles in my bands, but we'll also be prioritizing those.
Awesome.
For the time being. With my covers, I get to practice being in a studio and playing in front of cameras, which is always kind of like, it's almost just as nerve-wracking as it could be in front of a crowd. And the more you do it, the easier it gets. So extra exposure and just extra practice. And eventually maybe I'll make a really big name for myself, and then I'll see my other bands rise. I don't really care to be labeled as anything. I mean, a musician, being called a musician works for me. Being called an artist always has a nice ring to it. But, you know, I want to consider myself a multi-instrumentalist or a vocalist, you know. I can't say I've earned the title of songwriter yet. I can write drum parts, but that's about it at the time, for the time being. Honestly, nothing specific, just musician, multi-instrumentalist.
Go through. You know.
Like Michael Scott once said, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. So.
Llorar, llorar. It's mariachi.
You're bothering me.
I don't give a fuck.
With my music, the legacy I want to leave is a legacy of change, and change for the positivity and the overall love shared with everyone. And the idea of thank you, have a nice day, and you know, being environmental change, being personally changed, having the greatest connections with people, all with love and for the health of this star we're on and the health of each other in relationship to each other to make a better tomorrow.
We're the new wave, but it's like we know our roots. As an artist, it's you know, you have to paint the picture. You got to play with what you know, what you grew up listening to, and you know, you consider that whenever you're making music. And I think slowly and surely, Sweet Sugar is gonna just morph into this amazing, cool, just fantasy world of like just different stories and stuff. That's how I always see it, man.
Yeah.
Like, we got big plans, bro. We got big plans.
Yeah, you know, all the time.
If I'm being honest, for me, I don't want to die twice. You know, your first death is when you physically die, and your next one is when you're forgotten. Well, I hope that the music we create will eventually inspire people to play music or enjoy life or whatever you use music for, just as I look up to my artists today.
Being acknowledged for my talent, you know, while ideally I'm acknowledged by the masses, that would leave a much greater legacy.
And you're rich.
And you're rich. It would leave a much greater legacy than being acknowledged in your hometown or something like that. And you know, there's nothing wrong with that. If I have to gig in my hometown for 5 years and then be like, fuck this, I'll find something else. But you know, the hope is to be acknowledged by the masses, to be seen, you know, to be remembered like the greats, you know?
Don't stop trying.
Awesome. And my last question for y'all, like, who is just the coolest member of Broken China out of all four of y'all?
Well, without having egos or anything, it's obviously me. It's obviously me. I play guitar. Only monkeys play boom, 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 boom.
I play guitar too.
I play guitar pretty good.